Hi and welcome. This time around we have a really quick project. You may have seen one of these faucets before. They're square drive faucets. They use them industrially a lot or commercially. My sister and brother-in-law have these all around their yard, and the keys break really easily. There's cast zinc, and I know you would say, hey, you could buy them on Amazon for like 12, 14 bucks a piece. They've done that, and they last about 3 months, and they crack right in the corners of where the square part of the broach is. So I'm going to see if I can make one out of 4140 pre-hard here. I'd rather have some like 316 stainless that's hard, or 416 stainless that's hard, but I don't have any of that. So we're going to try this. It's going to rust, but hopefully it'll be strong enough that it won't break. I think all of these are cast zinc and plated. They are really soft and they don't last at all. So hopefully this one will. We'll see what we can do. Or we'll see if we can make a better version than what's online. Here's an example of the craptastic cast metal square keys that are available out there. And we're going to see if we can make something better than this, because again, these are like cast zinc and they only last 3 months before they crack in the corners of the square. There isn't a lot of material outside, so it's a half inch external material with a 5/16 cutout in the middle, so it doesn't leave a lot of material, so it's no doubt they crack right in the corners. But hopefully we'll do a better job. We'll see. Maybe it won't last either. This should be a really simple project. Rather than pull my 6-jaw chuck off, I've got an ER32 collet holder, 6-sided, in my 6-jaw chuck, so it holds very nicely, and that way I can pull the part in and out. I'd put my collet closer in, but that's a lot of work for one part, so I'm only making one of these because I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Maybe I won't be able to do any better than the original, but I'm going to give it a shot. So it's pretty simple. We're just going to drill a hole down the center. I'm going to chamfer this, and then we're going to broach it. And then I'm going to braze on or some other way attach some sort of key to make it so you get a leverage to turn the faucet on and off. That's it. This might be too quick and boring a project to cover, but I thought I'd do it anyways. One of my aims is to show that you can make almost anything at home that you can get in the store. Within limits, of course. There are some fancy, like I've thought about making valves, but they'd be pretty challenging, especially ball valves. This is really hard. This is fairly hard material. It's Rockwell C25. So the center drill is probably okay, but I think I need to slow this down for my main drilling. Just going to part this guy off, flip it around, drill it larger from the other side. You can tell how hard this material is because there is maybe a 32nd of an inch, you know, like, what is that, like 32,000 thick section holding this on, and I was still able to sand it no problem. There, you can see. That's all that was holding it on when I was doing that sanding. It's pretty impressive. Got this nice ER32 wrench. It's a step up from the standard ones. Always mark your material so you know what it is later. 4140 pre-hard RC25. Just going to give the back a little chamfer. I just broke my center drill in there. That's not good. I have an odd-sized end mill, carbide, .343. I think I just found the high-speed steel. And we're through. All right, so now I should be able to take this over, broach it, and then solder something, silver solder something on, not quite sure. In order to hold this guy to broach it, I need to make a fixture. So I'm gonna face this guy off. Gonna drill through with 7/16, so we'll start with the center drill. And we're going to use an end mill, 1/2-inch end mill, to bore this in a ways. I think that should be good. And that should hold this guy in place. Perfect, nice snug fit, that's great. Which leaves clearance behind it. So I just need a little chamfer on here and face the other side and we're good to go. And I got the fixture to hold the part. Now it's just a matter of pushing it right on through. Uh-oh, there we go. Pushed it into the aluminum. I think it just seated it all the way down. This is kind of hard, well, it's not hard for me, but it's kind of rough on the broach because this is RC25 material. It would have been better to get annealed and then hardened it after, obviously. If I was doing more than one of these, I'd get the air compressor out and use the air portion of this. It would speed this up tremendously. All right. So the broach did not make it quite all the way through. So I'm just going to grab a punch and tap it the rest of the way out. There's a nice square cut hole. Very nice. And I just got to pop this guy out of here, which will be a little challenging because it's wedged in kind of nicely. We have the broached part that fits on the hose bib, but then we need a handle for it. This is stainless steel, it's 303. I thought about making this out of 303. I just didn't think it would be strong enough because the other ones broke, although they were probably zinc castings. They kind of look like it. Which basic steel or stainless would be plenty strong, but this is pre-hardened 4140, which is a lot stronger than that. So I thought I'd go with this, except this is going to rust, so this may be a bad choice for the long run, but for now we're going to go for it. So I'm going to make a handle and we're going to silver solder it onto this, and it's going to be a very simple affair. Let's just get started. I pre-drilled the back of this to one size under 0.375 or very close to 0.375. So we're going to go for like 0.370, so it's a sloppy fit that I can put some silver solder on to hold it in place. Silver soldered the end on. A little premature, but I just wanted to see how well it would work. All right, so I flipped the part around in here. I'm gonna have to face it off, but I thought first I'd put a pretty moderate chamfer on there. All right, so here's the key done. My silver soldering skills leave a lot to be desired. It took a long time to heat this end up here, and the silver globbed on, unfortunately, and didn't flow around. And no matter how long I kept the MAP gas on there, it just didn't want to flow. I think maybe oxyacetylene would be better, or oxy MAP gas at least. I don't know, this joint over here went well, so I'm not quite sure why. I held this in the vise with copper jaws about here, but that should have left enough material to heat up there, or maybe just sunk too much heat away. In any case, I could have done a better job with that, but I think we're good to go. Here's what the key looks like on the inside, and I will send this over to my sister and brother-in-law and see how they like it. Here's one of the faucets with one of the keys in it, and there is typical failure mode. I don't know if you can see this, it's kind of bright out here. There's typical failure mode. Haven't tested this yet, so I'm sure hoping this fits. There we go. No worries. I think it could be shallower. So these are designed for security in mind so that your average casual passerby can't just turn on the water. I mean, because even though it's square, you can't get a wrench in there because it has to fit within the 1/2-inch diameter of this outside protective part here. So all good. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time.